there, Bootstrappers. This is another day in the life of a real estate investor, and this is Ryan Nickel coming at you. Got my kids. I'll show you, of course. I got Wilson right here behind me, smiling. Woohoo! And there's Benson. And there's Ruthie. All right, those are my lovely kids, my assistants. Happy, sad. All right, so here we go. I want to share with you my experience. So, you know what? I just went through an eviction process. Had to get a guy out of the house, and yesterday went through that, got through that. You know, rented it out the same day. Great guy. He's there. Hey, what's up, Ashley? Glad to see you. I got another house that I'm going through the eviction process with right now in Oroville, and it's about an hour away. And the challenge that I'm having with this is that, you know, she's actually fighting me. She's submitted an answer, and she's contesting. Oh, hey, thanks. Thanks for the. And my kids are adorable. I love my kids. So I'm sitting here, and I go into to meet with my eviction specialist lady, and so I'm sitting down with her, and we're going over all these things. And I'm responding to her answer, line item by line item. I'm doing all these things, and you know, this morning I spent a good maybe not 3 hours, 2.5 hours going over everything, you know, printed all my screenshots of my text, printing out all my, you know, all the notes that I have, you know, doing all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to totally get this one. And I'm sitting with her, and we're going back and forth, and she's like, okay, this is how we're going to do this. This is how we're going to present it. But in Butte County, this is the county where this is at. She's like, look, you're going to have to go through mediation first, and you have to present an offer. You know, you got to give them an offer so it looks like you're trying, because then you're going to go in front of the commissioner, who's, you know, not the judge, but it's like a commissioner, and then you're going to, you know, try to rule and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, all right, this is cool. And we're just like, we're going through this, we're trying to play it out. And she's like, okay, well, this is going to hurt you here, this is going to help you here. Okay, she doesn't have a leg to stand on here. There's all these different things that are like all kinds of crazy going on here. And she's like, well, I don't want you to dismiss this case because she's done too much to you already. You've already lost so much money. And I agree, I have. I've lost a lot of money on this one. I'm close to $3,500 out of my pocket that I'm not going to see back. And I'm trying to hold on to this. I'm like, you know what? I got a deposit that she gave me she never even gave it to me. The deposit came from the county because she was applied for like housing assistance, like a one-time grant kind of thing. And so I got like $1,800, you know, double my first rent is what it is for the deposit. So I'm like, I'm trying to hold on to this. I'm like, you know what? Out of principle, I want that $1,800 because it's going to cover 2 months that I've been out of rent from her plus everything else. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to let that go, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, yeah, I don't want you to let that go either. And I just passed a guy that looked like seriously the caveman from Geico. If I could back up, like, you know, if I could totally just back up and take a picture of that guy. Oh my gosh. And the guy back there in that Suburban, that like the big old bushy like beard and his crazy old hair, that guy. Okay, so. Was it out my window? It was out your window, yeah. He's back there. Maybe when we go back, we'll see him again. So. And anyway, I'm sitting there and I'm talking, and you know, literally 3 hours later, so I spent a total of 5.5 hours on this particular transaction, or like this deal so far. I'm like, I got to go to court next Friday, and I'm like, forget it. You know what? My wife had an appointment. She's like, so I told her, I'm like, look, I got to go. We'll continue working on this on Monday, because she's not in on like most attorneys. She's not in on Fridays. So anyway, sitting there talking, blah blah blah. And on my way home, it just dawns on me, you know what, Ryan? Just drop it. Settle, you know, drop the judgment and everything, you know, drop the case. Don't give him an eviction. And, you know, if you have to pay him $1,800, pay him $1,800. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, why am I holding on to pennies? I'm tripping over dollars to hold on to these pennies here. Because what's going to happen is as soon as I get them out, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to sell or finance this property. I'm probably going to get about a $10,000 down payment. Now, it depends on the damages and stuff like that are on the property. But I'm like, you know what? I'm making my money back. I need to get this property back as soon as possible and not worry about everything else. You know what? I'll give him $1,800. Get out of my house. Because I'm going to turn around and, you know, I got 21 days to... Because I'm going to go get mail. So I got 21 days to give them their deposit back and all that stuff. Minus whatever, you know, repairs need to be done to the property. So I called her up and I said, look, you know what, go ahead and just drop it. I'm going to settle, or at least I'm going to present this option. If she rejects the settlement, which is me basically saying, you know, I will drop it if you get out in a week. You know, I go to court on the 6th. If you're out by the 15th, you know, 7 days or 9 days, I guess that's what that is. will be cool. You know, will be totally cool. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm realizing, you know what? When do I need to just, you know, walk away? When do I just need to know, like, hey, you know what? I'm fighting something here when I'm going to turn around and just get what I need. So I don't need to just, you know, the headache. So anyway, my plan is to go to court and just dismiss it, and in the hopes that she'll get out. And if there's any damages, I'll just deduct that from the $1,800. But my goal is to get the property back in nice, pristine, or, you know, not pristine, but nice enough fashion that I can just turn around same day, next day, whatever, sell or finance it. And that's what I want to do. And I'm like, man, as soon as I came up with this decision, as soon as maybe I didn't come up with it, but as soon as I gave in to it, I'm like, okay, fine, I'll do this. No. So as soon as I decided to do this, it totally like lifted this burden. Like I felt like this weight off my shoulders. I'm like, why didn't I just do this from the get-go? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I digress. I have to learn things the hard way. So anyway, you know, in your own business, know when it's time to move on. Just move on. Stop holding grudges. Just stop, you know, trying to be, you know, who's right. Just move on and make money in this game, man. It's all about making money. And when I realized that, you know, I got to realize it's all about making money. It's not about holding on to every little like penny I can get from these people. It's like, hey, you know what? Move on. Sure, here, take your $1,800 bucks. What do I care? I'm getting 10,000. I mean, maybe I'll get 9. Maybe I'll get 7. I don't care. But still, I'm making, you know, I'll get money. So anyway, that's my little rant for the day, my little diatribe. I'm Ryan Nickel.
Bye.
And it's just another day in the life of a bootstrap investor.
That was
Say bye.